All right, welcome back to the Stan Simpson Show. Continuing our discussion, Mr. Quest, you're playing some more of your song, his new album,
Yes.
Isms and Ologies. Mr. Rebound, we just heard your signature song, and they can catch the album at a variety of places you're mentioning off air. Where can they queue up to hear this and purchase your album?
The album will be available on iTunes and CD Baby and Amazon. So whatever your poison is, you'll find it on those.
So this is now self-produced. Are you doing the own distribution chain? You're doing it on your own, or are you hooked up, or independent?
Yes. So this is an independent album. And I'm an indie artist, as they call them. It was co-produced by Lavelle Armstrong. He is from New York, and we both worked on it in Virginia, actually. And so, with his company, Grandpa Productions. Do
you prefer to stay independent, or do you want to? I mean, everyone wants to link up with a big company, but there are challenges there. When you're on your own, you own your own stuff. You get more of the royalties. What's the ups and downs of being independent versus trying to link on with one of the big boys, Sony or whoever?
Yes, it's very tempting to jump out there into the and chase after the labels. It was really important to me, though, to make this album and my next album independent.
Why?
I wanted to just uphold the artistic integrity, and I think when you link up with a label, sometimes your voice gets crowded with a bunch of other voices. And being that I feel music should be authentic and real and honest, I think when it comes from a soul voice, there's a rawness to it and an authenticity to it that people can connect to. And so in songs like Mr. Rebound that are just real, you know, it's a real situation, and many people can connect to it. And I think you lose that sometimes when you get with a bigger corporation.
I think you're telling me you're a guy who doesn't like taking authority. What you're trying to tell me, you want to keep people out of your business. What it sounds like, you want to do things your way. That's what you're trying to tell me in a nice way. All this artistic stuff, you want to create your own stuff, and you don't want anyone dabbling, interfering, or messing with it. That's what I'm hearing. Right or wrong?
Well, I think
intellectual freedom.
At this point in my career, I think I really want to take advantage of the opportunity of being the sole voice of my own music, and as much as possible I'll do that. And I think there's always room for growth to get with other individuals. I think a lot of artists who are starting up, they're kind of the first inclination is to get with a label. I think there's a lot of growing as an artist that you do on your own when you're self-managed and you're out there gigging and what have you on your own. I think you really get to grow and before you get with that label.
Have you had feelers yet? Anyone who's nibbled and said, hey, kid, think about coming over here with some...
I don't want to mention any names, but there have been some
overtures.
Yes, there has been some. It's really important, I think, and I think it's a good business plan to try to build something on your own before you link up with a big company, so that you have something to offer when you get to negotiations.
Well, that's a big issue. I know a lot of entertainers, and they get robbed blind, right? When they get into the big companies, also they sign these contracts, and before you know it, they got the limousines and the five-star hotels, they're living large, and not realizing that's coming off their check, right? All of a sudden, they look at the check and they realize, gee, they deducted the limousine and the plane, the first class, and the entourage, and you end up getting peanuts. You've heard those stories, I'm sure, right?
It's true. That's why I look up to artists like Jay-Z and Janelle Monáe. These people were rejected and then built their own companies and were able to really get out there and stay true to their music and really give people something that was authentic. And I think that's why other people gravitate towards those artists. And when they did link up with bigger corporations, they had more to bring to the table.
Right. More business savvy, and they could go like Tyler Perry, right, almost.
Definitely.
So real quick, let's hear some more, Mr. Quest. This is live in one of the concerts. Mr. Quest from Hartford.
I'm just trying to be what's true to me. Take a look at my reflection, and I like what I see. Let's be there for me, and I just wanna be happy through everything. I'm just me.
All right, Mr. Quest. I saw some local action. We had Cindy.
Yes.
She was on the show. I forgot her last name. Cindy Martinez.
Martinez.
Yeah, she was on our show a few months back.
Yes.
So you had some local talent in there, huh?
Yeah, that's the official video for another one of the singles on the album, Just Me.
Okay.
And we had a lot of coming together of many local artists on that video. It was awesome to do.
And you were in The Wiz. I saw you took my daughter to see The Wiz, and you were one of the characters in The Wiz. So
yes.
you're getting out there. Now, do you have a full-time job, or how do you manage what you're doing? Do you have to, can this sustain you, or do you have to work a full-time gig and manage this? How does that work when you're independent? In indie, as you call it.
I actually teach.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I do teach.
Where do you teach?
I teach in Windsor now.
Okay.
And so
what do you teach?
Science.
Okay, all right. Does the kids, do the students know that you have these skills? Have you played Mr. Rebound for those kids? You got to do that.
Maybe not Mr. Rebound. They do know that I sing and everything, and I do perform, and so they do know about that. It's really great to have that. I also have a passion for education and science in the sciences. So it's also great that when you're out there day and night, you know, pushing your CD and writing music, that you have kind of something else to go to, and during, you know, at another time, just to kind of
balance.
Make sure, exactly, balance your life.
We got to have balance too. So we're going to our third segment right now. We got to have balance with this show, and they're telling me we got to wrap this up and come back with more. Hartford rising star Mr. Quest will talk more about the business side of music and the importance of owning what you create. Again, check us out online, ct9.com/stand. Friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
I sing, my impulses get the best of me, and sometimes I look to